The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, May 20, reveal that Kyle Abbott and Holden Novak will face off over Audra Charles, while Victoria Newman takes a romantic leap. For starters, Holden will push Kyle's buttons regarding his romantic history. After witnessing an interaction at Crimson Lights, Holden can tell that Kyle and Audra have a past of some sort. Since Holden couldn't pry much out of Audra, he'll try his luck with Kyle next. Kyle won't appreciate it when Holden starts pumping him for information about his former flame. Some tension will erupt on Tuesday's I&R episode, but Kyle will make it clear that Claire Newman is the only woman for him. Holden may be skeptical, but Kyle will probably insist he's washed his hands of Audra romantically and advise Holden to do the same. However, Kyle will remain uneasy about Audra's promise of a super product that's going to rock the cosmetics industry. That's why Kyle will still want to move forward with his plan to get close to Audra and score intel, but Claire will have some growing reservations soon. In the meantime, Claire will make a pitch to Victor Newman, presumably one involving the party she wants to throw. Since Nikki Newman is celebrating a birthday, Claire may want to make her the center of the bash. Of course, Claire's real goal will be to show off her relationship with Kyle and help Victor see it in a new light. Victor won't be sold on the proposal Claire delivers, but he may eventually cave in on letting Kyle be on the guest list. Over with Victoria, she'll make a huge choice regarding her relationship with Cole Howard. Could Cole's upcoming medical results play a big role in that decision? It's possible Cole will learn he's dying depending on what illness he's suffering from. Victoria might decide she doesn't want to waste any more time and assure Cole that she wants to be his wife. Victoria and Cole might have some engagement news to spread soon, but what about his potentially fatal diagnosis? Is that something Cole and Victoria might hide from Claire along with everyone else in Genoa City, at least for a while? Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless will shake things up in relationships, test loyalties, and reveal entrenched suspicions. The weekly preview shows Claire Newman wondering if Kyle Abbott has another scheme brewing that may impact their already troubled relationship. Amanda Sinclair's return is hinted at as an eyebrow raiser, especially from Abby, who feels obligated to question Amanda's new alliance for its motives. Meanwhile, the mystery surrounding Aristotle Dumas intensifies as his intrusion into the Winters business continues to unfold. Claire will be skating on thin ice when she offers Victor a proposal that may not receive the support she expects. At Crimson Lights, Amanda's return causes tension, with Abby not accepting her reassurances as true. Elsewhere, Diane will continue to worry about Kyle's judgment, while Audra is forced to defend her motives amid growing scrutiny. All the while, Nikki's birthday sets the stage for a heartfelt surprise orchestrated by Victor on The Young and the Restless. Claire will begin to distance herself from Kyle after she learns more about his intentions concerning Audra. While Kyle believes that he's clever in trying to uncover Audra's business claims as untrue, Claire won't be so sure about this being the best course of action. She'll voice her fears freely, urging Kyle to change his mind before the situation gets totally out of control. Kyle himself may promise himself he won't do too much and may even deceive Claire that he's dropping the whole plan. But behind the scenes, Kyle might proceed with his agenda, determined to prove something to himself and perhaps even to Victor. Diane will find herself increasingly concerned about her son's decisions and worry that his pursuit of Audra will bring personal and professional consequences. Amanda's surprise return will ring alarm bells for Abby, who visibly squirms at Amanda's association with Aristotle Dumas. When the two of them meet at Crimson Lights, the discussion becomes strained almost instantly. Abby will ask Amanda to explain her position as attorney for Dumas and dispute her assertions that Dumas wishes to fund Winters instead of breaking it down. Amanda will attempt to keep the conversation objective and businesslike, but Abby will press for explanations of what Dumas has to benefit from all this. The meeting leaves Amanda on the defensive as she attempts to uphold client confidentiality while also responding to suspicion from one who is close to the Winters family. Abby's distrust only grows, and Amanda will be forced to defend her client and her motives. At the Newman Ranch, Victor will orchestrate an exclusive birthday party for Nikki. While Nikki will be moved by his first gesture, Victor will suggest this is merely a starting point. There are more surprises to follow, as he would like to make her feel special and valued. The romantic night out will be a brief oasis of peace in Victor's otherwise hectic existence, as he continues to manipulate power maneuvers in the background. This act will solidify his relationship with Nikki, even as their children struggle with increasing tensions and split allegiances. The Dumas storyline will proceed to continue to spread everywhere in Genoa City. Billy will interrogate Amanda early in the week, looking for ammunition against Victor and Dumas. Damien's real motives remain a mystery, but he will take on a new gig that could put him closer to Lily and the Winters family. Audra, meanwhile, will be protected as her competitors move in on her, and Holden begins to doubt her emotional attachment to Kyle. There will be rising tensions between Michael and Lauren as cracks within their marriage emerge, and Michael turns to Victor for advice, only to be given a warning. Here are the young and the restless spoilers for next week, when Phyllis knows exactly who to turn to for help with revenge. Here's a look ahead at the episodes we'll see from Monday, May 19th to Friday, May 23rd, 2025. When Amanda Sinclair strolled into society, jaws dropped. Nate, Devon, and Lily had all gotten mysterious messages regarding Aristotle Dumas and didn't know what it meant. Then Amanda walked in, and they had no idea there was a connection. Next week, Amanda claims she came to Genoa City to answer questions, and that's exactly what she's going to have to do. Abby is less than pleased that Amanda is in town. Although Amanda insists she's only there for professional reasons, Abby can't help but wonder what's in it for Aristotle to send his lawyer to just hand out compliments. Amanda tells Abby to relax as her boss isn't trying to take away Winters, and claims he's trying to protect the company instead. Abby isn't convinced about Dumas' supposed intentions or Amanda's. Meanwhile, it's Nikki Newman's birthday, and she is about to be celebrated. Victor might not be too friendly with many people in town, but when it comes to the love of his life, he sure does like to shower her with surprises and gifts. But this year, Victor plans a romantic evening for his wife, but that's not all that he has planned. Nikki should know her husband well enough by now to know that he always goes above and beyond for her, especially if it's a way to celebrate her and their love. Still, Nikki stays surprised when Victor tells her that she's going to be the guest of honor at a party. Is this the same party that Claire wanted to plan? Speaking of Claire, she was taken aback when her boyfriend Kyle told her that he thought he should get close to Audra to find out what she's up to. While everyone who knows about it think it's a recipe for disaster, it seems Claire is starting to agree. Next week, Claire tells Kyle that she doesn't like his plan. Will Kyle go ahead with it anyway, and just not tell Claire? Actress Courtney Hope of The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful fame had recently taken a break from social media. However, the star recently shared some heartbreaking news with fans. This comes out after a previous update she shared on social media. Hope is best known to soap fans for playing Sally Spectra. She first appeared as the character on The Bold and the Beautiful from 2017 to 2020. The character was the niece of the original Sally Spectra, as played by Darlene Conley. In 2020, Hope transitioned onto The Young and the Restless. Back in 2024, she won a Daytime Emmy Award for the part on the soap. Recently, fans have noticed that the star has taken a break from social media. That said, Hope recently took to Instagram stories to share some sad news. Hope shared that she had seen messages from fans, but was busy dealing with the health of her dog, Stevie. As she shared, Stevie went into heart failure, and we thought that was it, said Christine. Our doctor was like, this is the end, so it's heavy because if you know me, you know Stevie. She's been my girl since I was 19. She was my whole family's first dog, so it's been a lot for all of us, but as always, she has 9 lives. She's not in heart failure anymore, but she needs constant care and attention, so she's at my parents' right now. Hope concluded things noting, thank you for your curiosity and your care. I'm just living life, taking in the little moments, and I might not be on here as much, because I feel like the season needs my full attention, but I love you all. As noted by Hello Magazine, Hope previously spoke about Stevie's health in an earlier Instagram. At the time, she that watching her fight for her life, time and time again, has been my privilege. The star continued, she never ceases to amaze me. Here's to another round, Miss Nix. On Instagram, Hope has also occasionally shared her love for Stevie, named after the famous Fleetwood Mac singer. As previously reported, Hope recently sent her love to Stevie in a post in honor of Valentine's Day and Stevie's birthday. As the post read, happy 15th birthday to the wise soul that's changed my whole world a million times over. My spicy, talkative Stevie Nicks. My little model, sidekick, and favorite part of my day. I am so thankful to get to keep doing life with this little nugget, who really is more like a cat with 9 lives. The young and the restless spoilers note that Audra Charles has a master plan to break up Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott. She's been summoned by Victor Newman to do so, and if she can successfully get the couple to call it quits, she'll earn herself a new cosmetics company fully funded by Victor. During their initial meeting, Victor told the brunette he wanted her to seduce Kyle so that Claire could see what a terrible boyfriend he was. Audra immediately got up to leave, and Victor quickly retracted the statement, fluffing it off as a joke. After all, Audra is in a healthy relationship with Nate Hastings, and she doesn't want to do anything that would betray him. Technically, by covering up her agreement with Victor, she is lying to Nate, but in Audra's mind, she may see it as not telling Nate everything. At the end of the day, it's clear that Audra doesn't want to cross a line with another man because she genuinely loves Nate. This is why she may go with another option to trap Kyle. At this point, Victor wouldn't care what Audra did to make Kyle look like a bad boyfriend, and he doesn't necessarily need to cheat on Claire to do this. Fast forward to the Thursday, May 15 episode, where Audra made some strides in her plan. While she was a tad seductive and flirty while talking to Kyle at Crimson, even Holden Novak could see this in Audra's body language. She didn't cross line, but she was able to get a bite from Kyle. He fell for her little innovative product story hook, line, and sinker. In fact, Kyle hanging by Audra's every word as she described rocking the cosmetics industry with what she has. The young and the restless fans could tell by Kyle's eyes that he wasn't only interested in Audra's new cosmetics product, but he still was attracted to the brunette who burned him badly some years ago. Kyle ran to his parents like a 5-year-old who had just been given a bag of candy to tell them about what Audra had said. Much like a child, Kyle believes that he can outsmart Audra and gain intel by getting closer to her, which is naive and laughable. Both Jack Abbott and Diane Abbott tried to warn him against re-entering Audra's orbit. As the old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. As it stands, Kyle is being set up to look like the fool he is, and Audra won't need to get undressed to accomplish her goal. Kyle also had a serious talk with Claire on Thursday about him befriending Audra to get the goods on her new cosmetics wonder. Claire okayed the idea initially, but viewers could tell she didn't like Kyle's plan at all. The Young and the Restless preview for the week of May 19 to 23 shows a clip where Claire will backtrack on her approval of Kyle's plan. Claire seems to have reservations, so she may decide to change her okay to a no. But will Kyle listen to his inexperienced girlfriend and agree to pull back on the scheme? Then again, he may agree to pull back, but lie and dive right in. This may break up Kyle and Claire as it is. Nothing else would need to happen. Even if Audra doesn't trap him in anything, the very fact that Kyle lied to Claire and moved forward with his plan could rub his blonde gal pal the wrong way back to Audra's plan. Maybe seduction isn't in the books, but rather corporate espionage. Fans may recall that Kyle had no issues stealing a product from Jabba's catalog before it was set to launch to gain Victor's approval when he was working at Glissade. Audra may bet that Kyle could make the same dumb move and set him up to do it again. He's foaming at the mouth to find out about this new innovative product Audra has, and if it is a good one, he may stupidly try and see if lightning can strike twice and secretly snag it. Could Audra go as far as to arrest Kyle if she traps him and catches him in the act? The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that, unfortunately, Kyle is dumb and egotistical enough to try and pull a stunt like this again, especially since he never fully bore any legal repercussions the last time around, as his parents gave him a pass. The Young and the Restless reveal that there are 3 reasons why Y&R will be on fire this summer 2025. Some big changes are coming to Genoa City, so here's what fans can look forward to once they hit the screen. For starters, Aristotle Dumas will become more than just a ridiculous name. Viewers will finally have a chance to meet the guy behind this mysterious and powerful persona. After non-stop Dumas talk for months, it'll be nice to finally see some action once he reveals himself and takes center stage. Since the clues are pointing to Billy Flynn being a Kane Ashby recast who admits he's Dumas, some shockers are brewing. This Dumas reveal will set the stage for some gripping drama all summer long. Next, we should discuss the many romantic shakeups that are brewing in GC. Some couples are going to be challenged like never before, so fans will be eager to see which ones survive the chaos ahead. Mariah Copeland and Tessa Porter's marriage will be on the rocks thanks to Mariah's betrayal, so we'll see what that means for Tessa's growing connection to Daniel Romalotti Jr. There's also the matter of whether Kyle Abbott's relationship with Claire Newman will survive what Audra Charles and Victor Newman intend to throw at them. Audra's own romance with Nate Hastings will be in jeopardy, and the same could go for Chelsea Newman and Adam Newman's reunion, since their work partnership is already adding pressure. Likewise, Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott could regret working together if it leads to more issues than they bargained for. Between that and Billy's vengeful Newman obsession, there's going to be trouble. Holden Novak, Damian Kane, Lely Winters, and others on Canvas could experience romantic shakeups as well, so this summer could bring some juicy material. Of course, all the romantic developments could help the show steer things away from the humdrum business content. Some sizzling scenes could become more frequent once people are bed-hopping and trading partners. There'll definitely still be some corporate feuds, but hopefully they'll dial it down a bit and focus on more personal angles that fans really want to see. This summer could shape up to be a really exciting one if things continue falling into place. So we'll bring you updates on any other stunning news and important events to come. The Young and the Restless scoop for the week of May 19 reveals Phyllis Summers will learn some interesting information about Aristotle Dumas. Also coming up, Claire Newman will take issue with Kyle Abbott's plot. Plus, Abby Newman will be annoyed. And a special episode, dedicated to enduring love and commitment, will air on May 21. I&R spoilers tease Claire will remain wary of her boyfriend's scheme to take down Audra Charles. So he'll be shocked when she asks him not to go through with it at all. But will he comply with Claire's wishes? Meanwhile, Wednesday's I&R will be a standalone, highlighting Nikki Newman and Victor Newman's love story. It'll also feature Lauren Fenmore and Michael Baldwin's relationship. And Jack Abbott will help Diane Jenkins find. At Crimson Lights, Abby will not like running into Amanda Sinclair. They'll get into it over Aristotle Dumas and the Winters family company. Although Amanda will tell her Dumas isn't coming after them, she won't believe her. Other I&R spoilers tease Holden Novak will put Kyle Abbott on the hot seat about Audra Charles. Plus, Victoria Newman will make a decision about Cole Howard. Finally, Phyllis will continue her conversation with Amanda. On Monday's I&R, she'll guess that Dumas is after Chancellor Industries. Although Amanda will tell her friend to leave it alone, she won't deny it either. This tidbit of information will thrill Phyllis to bits. I love this. This would be such poetic justice, that Victor and Nikki lose Chancellor, Phyllis will say to Amanda, because of the sneaky way that they attained it. But will Phyllis get her wish? Will the Newmans lose their precious company to Dumas? Hey Y&R fans, are you as pumped as we are for the new CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the soap scoop for Young and the Restless spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our Y&R Facebook group or leave us a reply in our comment section. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Young and the Restless online at cbs.com. Victoria Newman finds herself at a painful crossroads after discovering the devastating truth behind Cole's fabricated illness. What began as a tender reunion between two former lovers quickly spiraled into a tangled web of lies, ultimately leading to a heartbreaking confrontation that redefined their relationship. Initially, Victoria was emotionally overwhelmed when Cole disclosed he was battling a life-threatening illness. Despite their engagement was meant to mark a new beginning. However, inconsistencies in Cole's behavior and vague responses about his treatment soon raised suspicions. Victoria's investigation into his medical records unveiled falsified documents and glaring discrepancies. The truth was clear: Cole had faked his illness. His deception stemmed not from malice, but from fear of losing Victoria, and of revealing that he was not Claire's biological father. This desperate attempt to retain her love ultimately cost him everything. On what was supposed to be their wedding day, Victoria confronted Cole with verified medical results proving he was in perfect health. With no more room for excuses, Cole confessed to fabricating the illness in a misguided effort to preserve their bond. He admitted his fear. Devastated and betrayed, Victoria chose not to proceed with the wedding. She offered Cole a final sorrowful embrace before walking away. It wasn't an act of vengeance. It was a necessary release from a relationship built on deceit. In the aftermath, Victoria focused her energy on healing, both for herself and for her daughter Claire. She explained the importance of truth and resilience, instilling in Claire the values of courage and self-worth. Cole, meanwhile, left Genoa City carrying the weight of his choices and the painful understanding that honesty would have been the only path to genuine happiness. Their failed engagement became a pivotal lesson in love, trust, and integrity. Victoria emerged stronger, determined never to let deception compromise her again. Though scared, she now believes that true love, rooted in truth and respect, is still possible. As the dust settles, Victoria and Cole's emotional fallout reminds us that even the deepest love cannot survive the weight of lies. Their story is a testament to the importance of transparency in relationships and the painful cost of avoiding the truth. In a dramatic twist on The Young and the Restless, Billy Abbott's seemingly perfect engagement to Sally Spectra takes a turbulent turn with the unexpected arrival of her mother, Evelyn Spencer, and her previously undisclosed son, Adam. The revelation sends shockwaves through the foundation of Billy and Sally's relationship, prompting deep emotional reckonings and forcing them to confront the complexities of trust, responsibility, and family. The evening begins with Billy standing alone on the terrace of his penthouse, immersed in dreams of a future with Sally. Their love story, crowned with an engagement, had filled him with hope and clarity. Plans for a summer wedding at the Abbott estate were already unfolding, promising a joyful chapter ahead. However, the calm is shattered when raised voices drift in from the hallway, Sally's voice tinged with panic. Billy discovers Sally facing off with her mother, Evelyn, who has arrived unannounced with Adam in tow, a young boy Sally had kept secret. Evelyn accuses Sally of abandoning her child in pursuit of romance and demands accountability. The confrontation exposes not just Sally's past, but also her fear of losing Billy if he knew the truth. Caught off guard, Billy grapples with betrayal and disbelief. His emotional turmoil is intensified by Adam's presence, confused, vulnerable, and clearly longing for connection. Sally, overwhelmed, confesses that she had hidden her son out of fear that her past would ruin their future. Her emotional breakdown reveals the depth of her love for both Billy and Adam, despite the emotional blow, Billy responds not with rejection, but with quiet strength. Acknowledging his hurt, he nonetheless embraces Adam, signaling a profound shift in his priorities. Billy expresses his commitment not only to Sally but to her son, asserting that their family begins now, regardless of how it started. Evelyn, initially stern and confrontational, is visibly moved by Billy's compassion. Though she remains cautious, she agrees to give them a chance, choosing to stay in Genoa City to ensure Adam's well-being. Sally, now humbled and remorseful, promises to rise to the responsibilities of motherhood she had once feared. In a tender final scene, Billy, Sally, and Adam share an embrace that redefines their bond. What began as a night of reckoning transforms into a moment of redemption. For Billy, the wedding may no longer be the simple celebration he once imagined, but it will be richer, built on a foundation of truth and acceptance. This storyline illustrates the power of love to overcome even the most daunting revelations. Billy and Sally's journey forward may be filled with challenges, but their willingness to face them together marks the beginning of something deeply real and undeniably resilient. In the latest episode of The Young and the Restless, tension soared in society's private lounge as Amanda Sinclair revealed a bombshell about Aristotle Dumas that sent shockwaves through Genoa City. What began as a quiet gathering quickly turned into a gripping face-off between Amanda and Phyllis Summers, with consequences that could reverberate across corporate and social spheres alike. Amanda entered with a commanding presence, cutting through the room's soft chatter with a sharp accusation. Phyllis had approached Aristotle Dumas under false pretenses. Her goal, Amanda claimed, was not to seek genuine sponsorship for a media platform with Billy Abbott and Daniel Romalotti, but to manipulate Dumas for her own strategic gains. The confrontation unfolded with Amanda presenting hard evidence, an official agreement from Dumas's private office, showing no support for any media initiative. Instead, it detailed an intent to acquire controlling interest in Phyllis's company at an undervalued rate. Phyllis, momentarily shaken, attempted to defend her intentions, She insisted her actions were rooted in securing legitimate funding for a visionary project. Yet Amanda's words cut deeper, asserting that Phyllis's pattern of deceit and opportunism had finally caught up with her. The dramatic exchange exposed Phyllis's past manipulations, from secret dealings with Victor Newman to misleading partnerships. Amanda's critique painted a clear picture. Dumas wanted influence, not illusions, and he had no interest in funding idealistic ventures cloaked in personal ambition. As the weight of Amanda's accusations set in, Phyllis realized that her so-called allies, figures like the Abbotts, Newmans, and Winters, had all been alienated by her tactics. Amanda issued a warning. Every bridge Phyllis had relied on was now burned, and Dumas's door was permanently closed. The moment served as a turning point. Phyllis clutched the incriminating envelope, torn between pride and the possibility of redemption. In a rare moment of grace, Amanda offered a lifeline. She extended a hand and proposed an introduction to a potential partner who valued honesty and, after a long pause, Phyllis accepted, signaling a willingness to change. The tension that had gripped the room gave way to cautious optimism. However, the confrontation didn't end there. Amanda issued one final chilling warning. There's a storm surrounding Aristotle Dumas, one unlike anything Genoa City has ever seen. She cautioned Phyllis that aligning with Dumas could expose her to dangerous forces with the power to erase reputations, silence threats, and upend established power structures. Amanda spoke not just as a legal representative, but as someone who had seen firsthand the magnitude of what lay beneath Dumas's polished image. Despite her instinct to brush off the warning, Phyllis was clearly shaken. Amanda's cryptic remarks about secrets capable of toppling dynasties and triggering catastrophic fallout forced Phyllis to reconsider. The stakes had escalated beyond ambition, they now included survival. As Amanda exited, leaving Phyllis alone amid lingering whispers and speculative glances, it became clear that the night had marked a turning point. Whether Phyllis chooses the path of redemption or risks everything for power remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Amanda Sinclair has reshaped the battlefield in Genoa City, proving that integrity and the courage to confront the truth still wields unmatched power. The young and the restless spoilers reveal that the show could be gearing up for a drugging victim, a fake cheating setup, and the ultimate trust question. One relationship will soon be put to the test, so let's talk about the challenges ahead. Audra Charles has been tasked with blowing up Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman's relationship, so she's trying to keep her end of the bargain and secure funding for her new cosmetics company. If Audra can make Kyle look unworthy of Claire and ruin their future together, Victor Newman has promised to honor his part of their agreement. Based on Audra's efforts in the May 15 show, we're finally seeing the first signs of progress when it comes to her scheme. In the coming Y and R episodes, Kyle will remain rattled over the breakthrough super product that Audra's been bragging about and will become increasingly determined to figure out if it actually exists. In other words, Kyle is taking the bait and could fall right into the trap Audra sets for the next part of her plot. Despite Kyle's promise that Claire has nothing to worry about, his attempt to get close to Audra and discover more info could spell trouble. Will Audra slip something in Kyle's drink at some point? Could Kyle become a drugging victim and wake up in Audra's bed with no memory of how he got there? Audra doesn't plan to actually cross the line with Kyle, so she just intends to give the illusion of impropriety. It's possible Audra will drug Kyle and arrange for Claire to find him with her in a suite at the GCAC. Of course, this could be risky since the news could get back to Nate Hastings. However, Audra might become so fixated on her vibrant goals that she doesn't fully consider the consequences of this fake cheating trap. Another option might be if Audra finds someone else to take her place in this Fox cheating scenario. It'd be easy to hire some attractive woman to pretend she slept with Kyle and dupe Claire. Kyle may not remember much of anything if Audra drugs him, so his attempts to deny his betrayal might be. In the end, Claire might have to decide just how much she trusts Kyle and who she really believes. Kyle and Claire could get past the mess if Claire comes to realize Victor set all this in motion by giving Audra a breakup mission. Just when you thought things couldn't get any hotter in Genoa City, boom! The gloves are off, the stakes are deadly, and the fallout will change everything. Friday's episode of The Young and the Restless is an absolute powder keg, and by the end of it, no one is safe. Alliances are shattered, enemies are exposed, and a new war begins, with blood in the water. You've seen Victor Newman angry. You've seen him calculating. But on Friday, Victor goes full predator mode, and this time, there's no going back. After uncovering a shocking betrayal inside Newman Enterprises, Victor doesn't hesitate. In a private meeting with board members, he pulls the metaphorical trigger, a ruthless corporate takedown of his own son, Adam. "You don't betray the family and walk away clean," Victor growls. And just like that, Adam's position is obliterated, his reputation scorched, and the war officially begins. But Victor may have just created a monster. Blindsided and humiliated, Adam doesn't retreat, he retaliates. In one of the most explosive scenes of the episode, Adam visits Nate, offering an alliance that could bring the entire Newman empire to its knees. "I'm done playing nice," Adam says. "If my father wants war, he's got it." And guess who's lurking in the shadows, ready to help Adam burn it all down? Audra, with secrets that could destroy more than just Victor. Meanwhile, in a completely separate firestorm, Phyllis Summers goes nuclear on Billy Abbott. And this isn't just petty revenge. After discovering that Billy manipulated Jack behind the scenes to sabotage a new business venture tied to Summer and Daniel, Phyllis doesn't just expose him, she demolishes him. In front of a stunned crowd at Society, Phyllis reveals the receipts, the recordings, and the betrayal. "You pretend to be the reformed hero," she hisses, "but you're still the same selfish wreck who blows up everything he touches." The fallout? Lily walks out. Jack is furious. And Billy? He's left in ruins, with nowhere to run. Elsewhere, Chelsea sees a side of Adam she hoped was buried, and her emotional reaction hints that old feelings may be resurfacing, just in time to complicate her dynamic with Billy. And Nikki Newman, caught in the crossfire of Victor's war and still reeling from recent temptations, begins to crack. One glass of vodka, just one. But was it the start of a terrifying relapse? In the final seconds of Friday's episode, the screen fades in on a shadowy meeting between two unexpected enemies, Victoria and Phyllis. Phyllis: "If you want to take Billy and Adam down at the same time, I have a plan." Victoria smirks, "Let's make them wish they never crossed us." Game on. With Victor out for blood, Phyllis on a vengeance spree, and Adam going dark, The Young and the Restless is delivering one of its most explosive episodes of the year. Betrayals, power plays, emotional wreckage. This is the kind of episode that changes everything. Just when fans thought the Abbott family had faced it all, The Young and the Restless has dropped a nuclear-sized twist that's rocking Genoa City to its core. At the center of the chaos, Kyle Abbott, and the revelation that he might not be the man he thought he was. In a jaw-dropping series of episodes, a buried secret from Jack and Diane's past explodes into the present, leaving Kyle devastated, betrayed, and questioning everything, even his identity. It all begins with a mysterious envelope left at the Abbott mansion. No return address, just one word scrawled in red ink: truth. Inside, DNA results that don't match Kyle to Jack Abbott. At first dismissed as a cruel hoax, further investigation and a panicked Diane confirm the unthinkable. Jack may not be Kyle's biological father. Longtime viewers know Diane Jenkins has never been the picture of transparency. But this time, even Jack is blindsided. "I did what I had to do to protect him," Diane confesses in a heart-wrenching breakdown. But it's time he knew. For Kyle, the revelation sends him spiraling. Raised as the proud Abbott heir, groomed to carry on John Abbott's legacy, and brought back into the family fold after years of estrangement, it's all now in question. How could they lie to me my entire life? Kyle shouts in a gripping confrontation scene. "What am I even doing here?" The fallout is instant and brutal. Kyle storms out of the Abbott mansion, ignoring calls from Summer, shunning Harrison, and disappearing into the night. Those close to him fear the worst. Now the question gripping Genoa City is, if not Jack, then who? Rumors swirl faster than a Newman family scandal. Whispers suggest Diane may have had a brief hush-hush affair during her time away from town, and some fans are speculating Tucker McCall may be the mystery man. Another theory gaining traction: a long-forgotten connection to Victor Newman, who may have orchestrated the original cover-up for reasons only he understands. One thing's for sure, this secret has power, and enemies are ready to use it. Jack, shattered and enraged, lashes out at Diane for keeping him in the dark. "You let me believe he was mine," he says, voice cracking. "You let me love him, raise him, fight for him, and now it was all a lie." For Jack, the betrayal runs deeper than DNA. It's about trust, family, and the very heart of what it means to be an Abbott. As for Diane, she's in damage control mode, but this time, her manipulations might not save her. She's on the verge of losing everything: Jack, Kyle, and the tenuous stability she's worked so hard to build. Kyle's future is now the biggest question in Genoa City. Will he return to confront his parents face to face? Will he dig deeper into his real paternity, or will he cut ties completely and go rogue? Insiders hint that Kyle's next move could shock everyone. He may be aligning himself with a dangerous ally to take down the Abbotts from the inside, and that could mean war. Forget forgiveness, one source teases. Kyle's coming back with a vengeance, and he's not the same boy who left. As the dust begins to settle, fans are bracing for more twists. DNA tampering, forged documents, secret recordings, everything's in play now. The Abbott empire may never recover.